Hello my friends and welcome to episode 6 of the Football Manager 2019 Beta Let's Play with Bayern Munich. I keep trying to say 18 in my head. We've had a big transfer window in January where we've spent close to 200 million if not more. We have offset some of that with one big sale though, so we'll start with the outs. Rafinha went out, he wanted to go. Fairly content with him going, to be honest. You know, we've got a backup left back, right back we needed to replace, but that was fine. Serge Gnabry's away, he wasn't getting anywhere near the team, so he's away to RB Leipzig for 15 million. Sandro Wagner's away to Wolfsburg, again he was homegrown, but we replaced him with another homegrown player. He wasn't getting any game time. The new player that comes in that's homegrown is much better. The problem is I forgot that you can only register 3 new players for the Europa League. So he actually missed out the Europa League squad, and we've got an under 25 member squad this time. Javi Martinez, I said there was interest in him. He's away to Man United for 70 million. Great little deal for us there. You know, he was past his best, 30 years old. Physically, he's got no acceleration, which I like in a midfielder. He's not the best tackling, but again, we've replaced him. Nicolas Sewell, again, wanted to leave. He's away for 15 million, rising to 21 million. Feel like I could have got more for Sewell, but he really wanted to go and the offers weren't coming in, so I just accepted one, and somebody else is away, a youth player's away to Dusseldorf. On the ends we've got Alphonso Davies, who was arranged by the staff before I arrived. He breaks the record for a Canadian transfer. Not going to get near the team though, unfortunately. We've got Nicola Sansoni, who is homegrown at the club despite being Italian, spent a number of years at Bayern in the youth system. He can play left wing, right wing, through the middle, which is kind of why I prefer him to Wagner. He can play so many different roles. We've got Lazar Samdazric coming in from Hertha Berlin. He is a youngster. Again, he's going to be just being a youth team just now, but I kind of wanted to just leave. When I was leaving at the end of the season, I kind of wanted to just have somebody that was there long term. Lucas Paqueta, one of the wonder kids of this game. We have signed him for £10 million, rising to 15, already worth 30, already getting some game time. He's another attacking midfielder option in this role, but can also play in the Mazzaglia role if we need to as well, so that's fairly handy for us. Eden Hazard comes in as our first big signing, 71 million we spent on him. Rising to 84 million. He was absolutely delighted to get him. Was originally going for Memphis Depay, and then when he got transfer listed by request, when I negotiated with Leon, it turned out when I looked at the price, I was like, actually, do you know what? Let's see what other options there are. Eden Hazard came up, and my staff reckoned we could get him for 72 million. So I went, do you know what? Let's try that. You know, 71 million rising to 84 million for a player of that quality is not bad. Benjamin Pavard comes in as a replacement for Sewell. He can also play right wing back, so he also replaces Rafinha for a sort of double replacement. Very, very good player, ball playing defender. Can play this right wing, as I said. I mean, he's nowhere near as good going forward, but defensively he's pretty good. We triggered his release clause of 31.5 million. It wasn't my first choice for a replacement for Sewell. I had gone for De Ligt first. But when I offered, I think I knew Pavard was the second choice at 31 million, so I was like, right, I'll go up to 35 with De Ligt. And when I offered that, Ajax responded, no, we want 90, and at that point I just went, yeah, a deal's not getting done. Because we'd already, by that point, lost Javi Martinez, so I needed to bring somebody else in for the ball winning role. And I was actually struggling to find anyone. When every time I was scouting, my scouts were like, nope, this guy's not good enough. So eventually, N'Golo Kante is the man that we brought in. He's registered as a box-to-box midfielder. Going forward, he's not great, but as a ball winner, look at those stats. Every single one apart from marking above 15. That's insane. His positioning's great, his tackling's great, his teamwork's great, his work rate's insane. His passing's okay for a ball winner as well. We spent a lot more money on him than what I'd like to have spent. Chelsea were desperate to keep a hold of him, but when I ruled him down to the only option, I was fairly content spending the money. Since the last episode we played RB Leipzig, and I'm only going to focus on competitive games. We played Eintracht Frankfurt, we lost 0-0, we drew 0-0 against a team second in the league. They played fairly well, but we did batter them, but it wasn't our greatest performance in the world. I was very, very disappointed with this. We then had our little winter break. We played a few friendlies, got a bit of confidence back before losing to Rangers. Just to highlight, I know I'm a Rangers fan. I arranged the friendly. I did not manage it, so the result has nothing to do with me. Anyway, we played Hoffenheim. We won 2-1. Eden Hazard getting a debut goal. Tolisso also on the score sheet before Divock Origi got one back for them. I then played Werder Bremen. Kingsley Coman, Bastian Maier back in the first team now that he can play in the league. And Robert Lewandowski in the score sheet. Hazard had picked up a knock in this game, which meant I just rested him for the next couple. Then played Stuttgart. Robert Lewandowski with a 1-0 win there before Bayern Leverkusen. We won 4-0. Probably our best performance of the season, at least our best performance for a good while. Lewandowski, Paqueta, Coman and Gorsteca on the score sheet there. But there was another few very, very big chances. This could have been a much bigger scoreline, particularly in the second half. Today we're taking on the doubleheader of Schalke and then the first leg against Sporting. So we're going to get straight into those and I will see you pitch side. We remain unbeaten in the league and thus have gone as full strength as we can. We've gone with Neuer in goal, Kimmich, Hummels, Boateng and Tierney. I meant to actually put Alaba in. Promised him some game time after Tierney's performed very well. Well, my staff have said Alaba needs a rest. I forgot to do that. Kante and Gorsteca in the midfield with Coman, Paqueta, Hazard and Lewandowski up top. Paqueta and Sansone, the two that missed out in the Europa League squad because they could only register 3. As a result, Paqueta was guaranteed to play because Thiago is the only fit option. Rodriguez returning from another injury. And Sansone's probably just not quite good enough, to be honest. He's a good backup player for us, but he's not going to be one of those major starters. Did debate giving Pavard a game just for this game, just so you could see him, but again, such a big game, I didn't want to risk playing him out of position, and I didn't want to drop one of my big two defenders, if you like. So we're taking on Schalke today. It's a big game in the Bundesliga. We are still unbeaten in the said Bundesliga, but we're only 5 points clear because Eintracht Frankfurt have done amazing to keep pace with us. They've only dropped 5 points more than us all season, and I think we've only had 3 draws, including one against them. Sorry, 4 draws now, maybe. I generally can't remember. Yeah, I'm genuinely struggling to remember as Kingsley Coman picks up a pretty major injury. We'll bring Bastian Maier on for him. Hopefully that's not too serious. It is a potential knee injury. That could be a season ender actually. Hopefully not. We've still got Pavon there as well, of course. Bastian Maier didn't need to be registered for the Europa League because of his age. So that's handy. It's Hazard. Hazard's shot is deflected, but it's in the back of the net. It's his second goal in 3 games for Eden Hazard. Already proven it was worth the money, which is kind of what we needed. When we invest that kind of money, we need them to prove it. Kante's proven it to me in his midfield composure. You know, he's proven. Oh my dear God. Right, that's Lewandowski picked up not Lewandowski. Hazard picked up an injury as well. As Oof is in behind. Neuer stands tall. We'll give Hazard till half time, then we'll bring him off. I really didn't want to be having to deal with issues like Hazard injuries and Coman injuries at the same time right now. Not before a big Europa League game, and we need to have a performance in Europe because we've only had one win in Europe all season. That win at Valencia to get us into Europa League, which was must win if we wanted to qualify from the Champions League group and keep European football. We didn't win that. We were going out into the 4th place, so we weren't going to be in Europe at all. Going to go with him far from police, just try and rile him up a little bit, and we're going to bring on Sansone on that left wing because we need somebody, and I don't want to be risking Thomas Müller when we picked up 2 injuries already in this game. Sansone brings it forward, does well, and then plays it back to Kimmich forward for Bastian Maier. Can he get a decent ball in? It's in the right area. It's not quite came out. Kante can't find a pass though. Ruddy clears. Hummels always lost out to Oof. Got to be doing better than that, Matt. Matt. Always say Matt for some reason, but it's Matt's Hummels. Otherwise, what other options do we have? Sub-wise, we've been forced into 2 changes. Really, we can't be risking a player of Hazard's quality right before big games coming up. Bastian Meiler, can he get another decent ball in? He can. I would have said Lewandowski was tripped there, but no foul from the ref. Ralph Furman saves the long range effort from Gorsteka. Bastian Meiler whips in this corner, nowhere near anyone. It's not good enough from the youngster with that corner. His crossing's been good though, in general, so can't complain too much. Going to make our last sub. We are going to bring on David Alaba for N'Golo Kante. Just give him a bit of a rest before the Europa League games. We're going to need him for them. And he's run his little heart out today. So we can bring Alaba on into the defensive midfielder role and just rest him a little bit. It looks like this game's going to end up 1-0 though. But the real story is those 2 injuries could be big. We're hoping not. Sansoni back to Alaba. Paqueta. Alaba across to Gorsteka. Back to Kimmich. We're just passing this around now, and that's full time. Our first victory against Schalke. I don't think we played Schalke before, but either way, it's a victory against Schalke. As you can see, Bundesliga table, so we've had 3 draws. We're 7 points clear now, Eintracht Frankfurt, which is improving, but amazing that we're only 7 clear at this stage when we've not lost a game. We're going to jump straight to that Sporting Lisbon game now. I will see you pitch side. So team news is Hazard's out for 7 to 11 days, which means he misses this game. Smashing. Coleman's out for 5 to 6 weeks, which means he misses this game. Smashing. So we've had to make some changes. Lucas Paqueta is not allowed to play, and Nicolo Sansoni is not allowed to play. So again, that affects our team selection. So we've got Neuer in goal, Kimmich, Humanos, Boateng and Alaba at the back this time. Kante and Gorsteka in the midfield again. Pavon comes in at right wing. Bastian Meier at left wing. Rodriguez returns from his injury in the 10, with Lewandowski up top taking the line. We're hopefully going to get a result here, because that'd be nice to relieve some pressure from the second leg. And we should be comfortably beating teams of this level. I'm not saying that anything against Sporting Lisbon, they're a great club, but we should be beating them. We've got players that should be in the Champions League competing with the Barcelonas and the Juventuses, and the Man United's not a team that's focusing on the Europa League. So I think our only goal for the Europa League now has to be to win the Europa League in terms of going forward, because, well, to be honest, I don't think it's actually a cup competition I've actually won. I always tend to get to the next level, and cats fighting. Hey! Again, they're determined to get into these episodes. Lewandowski scores a penalty for us while all that's going on. Give me 2 seconds, guys, please. Okay, so we're back. Just had to quickly address that. You've not missed anything. I paused it, as you would have seen. We're continuing on. Lewandowski scored a penalty. Cat's determined to get in on the video. If that means fighting, they're going to do that. So we've now split them up, locked one of them in a different, well, not locked one of them in a different room, but put one of them in a different room. Hopefully that's going to cause that, end that problem. We focus on winning the Europa League now with Bayern Munich, as I was trying to say, I think, before that all happened. We do have some injury issues here, but, Hazard should be fit for the next game. If we can get a win here, we're putting ourselves in good shape with players like that returning. And I think this team is stronger than what it was at the start of the season. I'm a bit disappointed that we're only in the Europa League. But, that's down to our poor form, not in the league. Our league form has been sensational. Everything else has been fairly average. And even here we've needed a penalty to score from 10 shots. It's not great. Continuing our not great league form. So I'm going to go I'm not happy. See if we can fire them up a little bit. They did get green responses. So that's going to help. Also have some other videos coming out over the next few days that are not going to be directly related to the series. Just one-off things. So various videos, squad guides, tutorials. Some things that I've been discussing with the community that's confused me. So if it's confused me, chances are it's confused other people, and I see a lot of people asking about it, so I'm going to do a tutorial on a couple of things like that as well. I won't take all the credit because a lot of the guys in the community that I've been able to discuss things with have been able to help me out and sort of, you know, knock the ideas off each other and find the best way to actually work some of the new features in the game. I'm going to make some subs here. We're going to bring on Ribery for Bastian Meyer. He's fired up, so I'm not bringing him off. We're going to bring off Gorsteca, so we'll bring on Thiago down there. Get him some game time. He's not played a huge amount recently. Mostly because he just doesn't adapt to going forward as well as I hoped he would. I've seen him as a really good number 10, but he's not quite there. Seems to be better in the normal midfield sort of line. That's a good pass across to Bastian Meyer. Can James find Alaba? He can indeed. Whipped in. James off the post. Lewandowski can't follow up. Pavon. Oh! On the return. Tucking it home from Christian Pavon. That won't do his chances of getting back into the first team any harm. He had a bit of an injury which knocked him out, as the commentary rightly said. Actually was forgetting about that injury. Because Bastian Meyer came in about the same time. Was able to play. We brought in Hazard on the other side, which then allowed Coleman to go into the right. So Pavon getting goals really doesn't do himself any harm. Because, you know, even I dropped him, brought him back in, he played really well, and then I've dropped him again through an injury and circumstances out with his fault. They've got a red card. Nani straight red for a two-footed challenge on Kante, I think it was. Straight off the pitch he goes. We've got subs to make. Who else can we bring off? We'll bring on Thomas Muller. Give Rodriguez that break. He's not going to last a full 90. And we'll bring on Pavard just to give Kimmich a little break as well. Also, the first time you guys will get to see Pavard. He's played fairly well on this right hand side. He's not as good going forward as Kimmich and what Rafinha was. Defensively is much better. And of course he covers the central defensive options as well, which I kind of like. They might be playing with 9 men just now, you know. Because they've had another player coming off through injury. Boateng whips that one across to Pavard. First touch on camera for the Frenchman. Forward for Pavon. Can he get forward? It's a decent ball in from Pavon. Oh, Lewandowski's just clipped the top of the bar. Almost feel like a flick on would have been better there. You know, if he flicked on, there was somebody at the back post unmarked. He's not to know that unless he's getting a shout though. So, decent effort from Lewandowski. Plus, do you really want your number 9s flicking on for other people? Probably not. But we take a 2-0 win here to take away with us. That's a good start to your Europa League campaign. Hopefully we can continue that form. The next game is then, we're 2-0 up. I'm fairly content and we'll win it. So, I'll either bring you back in March for the next round of the Europa League fixtures, or I'll bring you back for this Borussia Dortmund game at the start of April. I think that gives us a good break for both ways. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you do, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.